Maybe I'm crazy.
Let me find another.
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe we're both crazy. Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
we're
yeah.
both crazy. Yeah.
Oh. Just like you.
What's up, everybody? I'm Camarray.
And I'm Zaiah.
And this is the Music Report Card,
where albums are reviewed based on the vocals, lyrics,
the production, and the sonic vibe, baby.
All right, today we are going to be reviewing Blake Shelton's new album,
Body Language.
Body yada 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 yada. Somebody been on TikTok. Blake Shelton is an American country singer slash TV personality who has been in the forefront of country music since his debut album Austin in 2001. Including his latest, Blake has released an impeccable 12 albums and put up 28 #1 country singles, 17 of which were consecutive.
In 2011, Blake took his talent to TV screens, becoming a judge on the hit show The Voice. Blake is the longest lasting judge on the show and has guided 7 contestants to victory. Now, Blake is back with his latest album, Body Language.
My body,
Your body, baby.
Nobody's
Invited.
but you, baby. I can tell, baby, what you want. It's not giving that though.
It's far from it.
Yeah, it's not giving that.
It's giving a country version of that. Come on, somebody. All right, now before we get this party started, we have to invite you guys to please subscribe to our YouTube channel here at the Music Report Card. We are almost to 1,000. Get money. After you subscribe, make sure you share this video with your family and friends.
Absolutely.
After you do that, this is a lot of instructions, y'all. After you do that, make sure you hit this video with a thumbs up, baby. And last but not least, please drop down in the comments and let us know how you feel about our reaction, what you feel about Blake Shelton, how you know, whatever you want to talk about.
What your reaction
Drop
is.
down in the comments and do that for us, all right?
All right, so before we actually get a little deeper into it,
Deep.
we gotta definitely do a little salutation.
Salutations
In
for
the
the
book of
nation,
Revelation.
for our brother Blake Shelton, for an amazing body of work. Did you listen to the last part of the album? He was saying he didn't even know if he was going to put this out.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Blake Shelton.
It came together and over time with all these different songs.
That's
and
right.
He said, let's do it. So this is to you and your new album.
Yes, let's get it. Shake it up, shake it up.
Ooh, that water was hot.
All right, let's get this party started, Zay. What was your favorite song on the album?
All right, so one of my favorite songs.
One of your favorites.
Was Minimum Wage. And we're going to take a listen to Minimum Wage, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about why it was one of my favorite songs. So, here is a listen at Minimum Wage. Or 2. Here's the listen of Minimum Wage. Here we go. Whatever it is. You can already hear why I'm bumping it. Woo. Oh, it's thumping. You didn't put on your cowboy hat, Camarray.
Yeah, I met you before anybody knew my name. Playing for pennies on a dive bar stage. Split an all-star special on our first date. In a Waffle House booth. Your daddy was crying when he gave you away. Cause all those country songs I played, they didn't come with a 401k. But I had you. You can make a six-pack on the carpet. Tastes like $1 million bill. You can make a one-bedroom apartment feel like a house up on a hill.
House up on a hill.
A truck out in the driveway, roll like a cleaned-up Cadillac. Girl, looking at you, looking at me that way, make a man feel rich on minimum wage.
Yes. Your love is money. Your love is
Can make a man feel rich on minimum wage.
That's minimum wage. I love the big drums building up in the beginning.
Sir.
This song just feels like it just has that drive to it the whole way through.
Yes, sir.
Definitely love it. The concept of the song is also very cool. I thought minimum wage, when I first seen it, I was like, wait, what is he talking about? But he's essentially talking about a girl and how she makes some of the worst things in situations feel better than they actually are with her love and her support. And that's the your love is money.
Hey!
Your love is money.
Your love make a man feel rich on minimum wage.
That melody's kind of hot, you know. I couldn't quite catch it. But yeah,
you like
definitely check that one out. Drop in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about it. Minimum wage is definitely hitting on something. Okay.
All right.
What about you? What's your
minimum wage?
Favorite?
Listen, if y'all are fans of the Music Report Card, you know that I've reviewed this song, and this song actually made my top 3 as well. I love the concept of the song.
Yeah.
I love I think you mentioned the drums, and I just love towards the end of I guess you can call it the bridge, how it's like, it just feels like stadium music. Like, put your hands together. Come on, man, put your hands together. Hey!
Howdy!
Also, y'all know I always talk about this. Songwriting wise, I love double hooks. That makes it gives a listener 2 times to find a part of the song.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring.
Very much so. And it works across multi-genres. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, he has the your love is money. Said your love is money. Said your love make a man feel rich on minimum wage. So that whole so all of that works for me on this song. Minimum wage is top notch.
It definitely is.
Yes. Let's move on to number 2.
All right. So it's funny you say that, because number 2, the next track after minimum wage, is actually Body Language featuring the Swan Brothers. And number 2 is actually my number 2. So let's take a listen to Body Language.
Body Language.
But I know what you mean. It's so obvious.
Yes, it's so obvious.
Obviously.
I know what you mean.
I know what you're saying. I can speak
This-
your body language. Keep it going, baby. I'm loving this conversation.
Yes.
Everything you're communicating, girl, it's getting heard. Yeah.
It's getting heard.
Talk all night, we can talk all night without saying a word.
We could talk all night without saying a word.
That's a word.
That's pretty much it.
That's all you needed.
The way you're pulling on my shirt.
So I love the feel of this song. Some of the sounds that are in there when it first comes on kind of reminded me of like a 70s or 80s song. So listen to it and let me know if y'all hear that there's this little moment that just kind of comes in and really reminds me of a 70s or 80s feel.
A little nostalgic moment.
Yeah, a little nostalgic moment. The song is all about being able to read a conversation in someone's body language, or have a conversation, with body language. And he kind of paints this picture of him being in a club or a bar and it's jam-packed and you can't really have that verbal conversation, but the body language and everything you're showing me is pretty much that you want me. So it's all about the body language. So check that one out. Let me know what y'all think. Drop down in the comments. Camarray, what's your next favorite?
I got trapped in the
body language.
All right.
You was giving Sierra vibes.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right. My next song is The Flow. And it really, I think this is one of the more lyrically big songs, if you will. So let's take a listen to The Flow and I'll get more into it.
All right. Let's hear it.
She said we were way too young when the drinks were cheap and the fights were fun. It ain't over yet, but it's a long time done.
Long time done.
He said I'm only 43 and the guy in the mirror doesn't look like me. I know you'd be happy with who I used to be, but he's gone, gone, gone. I'm moving on so long. You gotta roll with the flow till the flow
Got to.
don't roll no more. You gotta know when to hold, when to fold, when to hit the road.
Gotta know when to hold them and when to fall.
Yeah.
Learn to bend, know the difference in a little rain and a raging storm. You gotta roll with the flow till the flow
roll with the flow. Till the flow don't roll no more.
Till it don't roll no more. Listen,
out the door.
Out the door. Listen, that song for me is it's just a reminder to just let life happen the way it happens. You cannot control everything. Okay, you have to know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them. You gotta know when to just let things roll off your back. And that is, I think in life we have we just go through and we try to make things happen. And sometimes the universe and God, whatever you believe in,
absolutely,
God just wants you to know and needs you to be reminded that it's all gonna work out at the end. And so for that alone, the message really resonated with me. And then also I love the musicality of it, and it just feels like one of those songs where you can put it on, cruise down 75 with your, well, I ain't got a top back, but one day, it's gonna hold and fold, to the oh yeah. But yeah, so the song really works for me. So
yeah, I liked it also.
The flow was it for me. So
it was almost one of my top favorites, y'all.
For real.
It was.
It's a vibe.
The flow and the glow.
The flow,
because the other one got a little glow to you.
Yeah.
All
right. Well, let's jump into your last fave.
So my last favorite is going to be Bible verses.
Oh my!
Take a listen to this, y'all, because this song, this is by far my favorite song on the album. Period. That song, Bible verses.
It's a battle up a hill, but I keep climbing, keep trying,
yes,
fighting.
Yes.
Got a King James in the dress,
lift those filthy hands,
and I take it out sometimes, but Lord knows I ain't measured up to what's inside.
Yes.
And they say that that's okay. I keep praying for the day that I can open up that good book and heaven don't look like it's out of reach.
Yes. Sing,
when
Blake.
It feels like those apostles are giving me the gospel and not the third degree. I just wanted to read like Bible verses.
Instead of what?
And not the Bible versus me.
Yes. That's the lyric right there, y'all. That's the lyric right there. I can just, marinate in that worship. Because that was the lyric. That was the word. That was everything we needed.
Yes.
I didn't know what to expect from the song, but I was definitely going through the album and looking for something a little slowed down to really be able to hear his voice, and I got that in Mr. Bible Verses towards the end of this here album. Again, this is my ultimate favorite song on this album.
Okay.
And he's really allowing his soul to pour out into the song. Though we all want to be better and we want to live by the book, some of us really struggle with it. I mean, and
yes.
I think sometimes it's even a challenge to even read the Bible because of that exact thing, is that you know when I open this, I'm probably not living up to the expectations of what I'm about to read. Mm-hmm. But he mentions wanting to get to a place where he can open up the Bible and heaven won't feel so far away.
That's a word.
And then my favorite line is he wants to open the book and read like Bible verses, opposed to, and not the Bible verses me, verses me, like against me.
Yes.
The power in that lyric right there, y'all.
Right.
Because it's a real struggle for me too.
Really?
It's a struggle, y'all.
My God. It's gonna be all right, brother Zay.
But I'm just gonna move it. I'm gonna move it right along, y'all. But please listen to the song and let me know if it just takes you into a place where you have to lift those filthy hands and just marinate in the worship of what Mr. Blake Shelton chose to do at the end of this album.
All right. Well, Bible verses actually made my top 3 as well.
Was it your ultimate favorite on the album?
No.
No.
Minimum Wage is definitely my favorite.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
But Bible verses, as Blake said, if you guys listen to the album, I don't know if it's on every version, but on Apple Music, he basically says, no matter where you are in your faith, this song fits you. And that is such a true statement.
Yes.
Like, it is, if you are the Christian or whomever that is trying, there is going to come a point when your faith is tested, and you know, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, do I go this way or do I go that way? Do I trust or do I go with my own, you know, whatever? And this song really, really fits. But outside of, and we've talked, Zay talked a little bit lyrically about what the song talks about, but I just want to give it up to Blake in production and vocally on this song. The production of the song musically really lent itself to him being able to give a vulnerable vocal performance. And so for that was, I think, probably the first time on the entire record, and I'm not a Blake Shelton fan at all, so it's really the first time I really heard that from him.
Same here. All. I agree.
And so that touched me from a fan's perspective.
We seem to be agreeing a lot tonight.
It's a little bit of a
two favorites, and then that's exactly what I went through as well.
Yeah, so that, I think vocally it gave us a chance to really dig in. One thing I also want to mention as a whole, I don't know if I calculated the numbers right, but I'll just say a blanket statement. There's a difference in what we talk about lyric. I didn't notice that Blake wrote a lot of the music on the album, and I can kind of appreciate that because he just wanted great songs.
Yeah.
And for me, hearing songs like Bible Verses lets me know that that's what he was really going for, because the song itself is an amazing song. Minimum Wage, and there's a couple other ones. Did you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, actually. So Now I Don't is one of my honorable mentions.
Okay.
The song's pretty much talking about some of these things I used to do, now I don't, and it's all types of things. I used to cry over you, I used to die over you, I used to try over you. No, I'm making some of that up. But yeah, definitely check that one out. I like that one. What about you?
Neon, I think it was, what's the Neon song?
Neon Time.
Neon Time, yes. That one really worked for me. I thought the groove of that was amazing. So yeah,
I like Neon Time too.
For real?
Yes.
Come on.
I like the it was one of my honorable mentions. I like that it's just saying, like, not thinking about the 9 to 5 on a Friday night, throwing back the beers or smoking marijuana, whatever it is that you do, and just enjoying that neon light, that little moment. It's just a vibe.
Yeah,
it's all about a vibe, and he's singing about a vibe in the country way. That you would sing about a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Hey. That's how we sing about a vibe. Dipping down.
Well, you're not singing about it like that because
it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Yeah,
that's how I was singing right there.
Oh, okay.
All right, moving right along to the grading.
The grading. It's that time, y'all. Let's get it started.
Do you have any least favorite songs?
I thought the album was pretty solid all the way through. There was one towards the middle. I can't call it right now.
Towards the middle.
Yeah, but we won't think negative.
The two songs that were the most favorite on there, they had little stars next to them. I actually didn't even. I mean, they were not bad songs, but they weren't like my favorite. So I was kind of shocked that I didn't enjoy what everybody else enjoyed. But either way, like I said, moving on to the grading.
Moving on.
We gonna start with the vocals. Hey.
Yeah.
And his vocals, I mean, we kind of already touched on it a little bit. Blake, you heard it. He can sing. He sounds good. I don't feel that he did anything that was like extraordinary or extraordinary. For real. But you still can't take away from the fact that he's had all these number ones. So he's been singing for a long time. Yeah. But as it relates to this particular album, I didn't feel like I really felt everything I needed to feel. It was kind of like we got the same thing from every single song until you got the Bible verse. And when you got the Bible verse, I kind of felt it a little different. I could really feel the soul in some of those moments throughout the album. But I don't feel like I just got multiple layers and different things from him. It just felt like it was just like, okay, here he goes again with another song. And the songs were good songs. I will say that. But vocally, I don't feel like he really worked super ridiculously hard to give us something, that was just out of this world. So I came through with a 4 as it relates to vocals. And
I think what you're hitting on, is we needed versatility in his vocal. And I think that is my biggest...
I ain't hear no head voice. I ain't hear no...
Yeah. And
he gives us a little bottle.
Before y'all try to drop down the comments and read us to talk about we not Blake Shelton fans...
Y'all drop down in the comments and say whatever you please to say. And it better not be no rebuttal.
But before we get there, I just want to say that we have listened to a lot of different country albums over the last year, from Chris Stapleton to Keith Urban.
Yep.
And vocally, we are looking for versatility. Are you using, like Zaiah said, your head voice?
Don't forget about Eric Church.
Eric Church, yes, I forgot about him.
We could talk about them, and they was jamming, don't get me wrong, but Eric Church, versatility, all that.
Yes. And so when we're talking about a vocal production, we're talking about, do you have that grit? Do you have that soul? Do you have that that sweet spot? Do you all of that? And I think Blake really just rode one simple, unfortunately, I have to say simple wave. And so for that, I gave him a 3.75.
All right, moving on to the lyrics. I thought the lyrics were good. Do I think they were phenomenal? Not necessarily, but I think that he put everything together. It was good. It was solid. It was on point. And again, I'm coming through with a 4 as it relates to lyrics.
All right, for me, I also gave him a 4, and I think the thing for me with lyric is relatability. I think across the board, tracks 1 through however many tracks, I think there's 12 or something like that, 1 through whatever the number is, all of the songs are relatable no matter what walk of life you are in, no matter what genre of music you love, relatability.
Except for Korn. Not everybody can relate to Korn. But I thought that the Korn was nice though for the country bumpkins.
Yeah.
If you're a country bumpkin, you like the Korn. Everywhere I look, it's corn. It's corn in the syrup. It's corn in the corn.
Yeah.
It's corn in the batteries. It's corn in the
batteries.
It is corn in the batteries.
All right, so yes, for lyrics, I gave him a 4.
All right, so moving right along to production, I thought that the production was definitely on point. I definitely graded him a little higher on production because the instrumentation and different things like that. And I didn't feel like, obviously he has a big production team in place. Yeah, so I gave him a 4.5 for production. I could hear it. And yeah, he got a 4.5.
All right, well for me, he got a 4. And
Why?
The only reason that I knocked him, I guess you could say, down is I just felt like there was nothing extraordinary, like you said, extraordinary about the production. I felt like his vocals sat where they needed to. I thought musically, like you said, the instrumentation was good, but it just wasn't anything that made me rant and rave.
Yeah,
so I had to. We can't give him perfect.
Absolutely.
So I have to give
even
him
on Bible verse, like though it kind of the way he emoted and did all of that, it still could have been the emphasis still could have been even more. So 4.5 maybe even is a stretch, but I'm listening even to the instrumentation and all of that as well. Absolutely. And I think all that was on point. Moving right along to Sonic Flow. Sonic Flow, I thought the album definitely flowed very well. He gave us some up-tempo stuff that rode. He gave us some mid-tempo stuff, and then he slowed it down a little bit at the end. Break it down now. And so I gave him the grade of a 4.5 because I definitely felt like it flowed how it needed to flow and how it needed to go. Camarray, what about you?
I actually gave him a 4, and outside of the songs that you mentioned, once you said Korn, I was like, What You Doing Tomorrow, I think is one of the songs. Some of the songs just I could have done without, and so for that reason alone, I felt like they were kind of album fillerish, if you will. But what I will say again, I think he put together an amazing body of work. Just didn't work for me all the way through.
Amazing body of work that didn't work for you.
Work. Well,
I thought you was gonna keep going.
That's a song.
All right, so once we flip it, flop it, twerk it, stop it, add, divide. What's the thing called? The square root of all of that.
Come on, square root.
We come up with an average all of 4.09.
That's right, which gives us a percentage of 81.87. All right.
Which gives us a grade of...
Let's give him a drum roll, please. Woo, it's hot. Woo. Make it hot.
It's tired.
Which gives him a grade of a B-.
B-.
A B for Blakey Shelton. How about that? All right.
But you in the negative a little bit. You got to bring it up. But over time, I mean, he made it very clear that these were just songs that were put together over time and thrown together on this album. But when you Blake Shelton, you could do that and you could make it work. But a B- I think makes sense for what he actually did, and we graded. Not even off of knowing what he actually did, because we talked about what he actually did. If you go to Apple Music, on track number 13, which isn't actually even a track. There's 12 tracks, but then number 13 is a little video that automatically goes into, and he talks about that. So I didn't know any of that until the end, my grading and everything was done.
All right. Well, with that being said, we need you to drop down in the comments and let us know how you feel about our reaction, how you feel about this review. Do you agree with us? Do you think we stone crazy out of our mind, and we just don't know what the hell we talking about.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Let me find my number.
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe we're both crazy. Yeah.
Maybe we're both crazy.
Just like you. But yeah, drop down in the comments and let us know. Make sure you like.
Make
sure you share. And he already said subscribe, but I'm gonna say it again. Make sure you subscribe.
That's right. And make sure you hit us with a like. It don't cost you nothing to hit like, because if you don't hit like, that means that you're a hater. Okay.
I said that. We real redundant tonight.
It's giving reiteration for me
on today.
That's right. All right. With that being said, we hope you enjoyed this review, this reaction to Mr. Blake Shelton's new album, Body Language. Make sure you go out and support it. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. I'm your boy Camarray.
And I'm Zaiah.
We'll talk to y'all next time.
Peace out.
Peace.